Thank you very much, Amanda. I'm joined here today with Justin Hartley. You guys may recognize my friend here from the #1 show in all of the land, Tracker, and it's going to be debuting season 3 this next Sunday. It's October 19th, 8 o'clock Eastern. It's season 3. You want to give me a little bit of a pump up the show
before
sure. We get into the brass tacks football talk?
Sure, man. Yeah. Well, thank you. Good to be here. So we're coming back for season 3, like you said, October 19th, week from today. We left the show, like season 2, we left on a pretty big cliffhanger trying to figure out, how mom's involvement with dad's death, was going to play out. And then we sort of addressed that right away. We bring back a couple of guest stars that we've had in the past, the fan favorites, and we travel around the country and find missing people. So it's pretty exciting.
In a world of entertainment where everything is gory, X-rated, R-rated, I really appreciate your show because when I was growing up, I used to watch Denzel a lot. Okay, it was like Man on Fire, all that kind of stuff. This feels like a family-friendly version of the movies that I grew up watching with my dad that my mom didn't know I was watching.
Oh, that's awesome. Good. I'm glad. Thank you.
I think you're that action star.
So that was sort of our North Star was we looked at shows from the 70s, shows from the 80s, like really throwback old school shows, Rockford Files, things like that. And we sort of built the show around that.
And it's really cool. So your character, Coulter, is somebody that every guy wants to be more like, somebody that's smart, somebody has that sixth sense, kind of can piece cues together to be able to solve the problem at hand. Has Coulter bled into Justin off camera?
I hope so a little bit. You know what? I think I've been asked that before and in a different way. And I guess what I would have said then and what I'll tell you now, I think I'm calmer in a strange way. It's like when faced with adversity, I guess I don't panic as much as I used to, which I think is a good thing. I think anytime you look at your life, right, when you panic, things usually don't go the right way.
Yeah.
In any situation, sports, personal life, anything you're talking about, right? So if you just kind of take a step back and you realize you really don't have that much control over it anyway, and just sort of calm down and sort of figure it out from there. That's what Coulter does. That's what the character does, and it, sort of bled into my personal life, I think, a little bit.
Well, I'm so stoked to see the questions get answered on season 3 of Tracker. But as I know, and many people know, you are a Chicagoan, you are a Bears fan, you're a Cubs fan. So would you like to quickly eulogize the Cubs who went up to Milwaukee?
Well, so I love the Cubs, and I have a lot of friends that are Cubs fans, and Cubs are probably like number 2 on my list of baseball teams, definitely number 2 on my list of baseball teams, but I'm a Dodger fan at heart.
Yes.
I have been since. So what happened to me was my dad took me to Vero Beach, Florida when I was a little kid.
Camp.
Yep. And when they used to have spring training down there. And so I saw Fernando Valenzuela and Steve Sachs and Steve Yeager and Steve Garvey and Oral Hershiser and all those guys.
Oral Hershiser.
Yeah, Tommy Lasorda was down there. And so I got sort of, introduced to the Dodgers in those days. And then we had a few lean years, maybe a lean decade, and now we're back. But I was certainly rooting for the Cubs. I was hoping for them to pull through. But they did it. They had a great year. And our Bears are they're looking good.
Now that's a heck of a segue, right?
They're looking good, right?
And I'm going to do a Tracker segue here.
Okay.
So we've been looking for a quarterback and we've been looking for a head coach. Did we get him?
What do you think? I mean, it looks like. Look, are we going to win every game? No. Are they going to win this week? I hope they do. But I certainly think they're looking like a real good, solid football. And it's. I was speaking to a former professional quarterback in the hallway back there, and he said,
that guy.
You know him? And he said trending up. And so when I watch the Bears, oftentimes I'll watch them and I'll say, they look really good. They look great. They look great. And I often kind of wonder if that's just me being a super fan of the Bears, hoping, But to hear someone like that say it, I go, well, guy wouldn't lie. He knows. Kind of knows a little bit about what he's talking about, right?
Especially at that position. When you have an MVP like Matt Ryan who can tell you
that's right.
The light at the end of the tunnel is not a train this time.
No, it's a trending up.
Reassuring. It's a very reassuring conversation to have. And, we're talking about Caleb Williams and we're talking about Ben Johnson. And you and I, before we went live here, we were saying, it feels like he's only been there for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But the progress in 5 minutes is amazing. And I think Bears fans have a lot to look forward to. What outside of the quarterback gives you the most faith in this team? Because there's a guy named Odunze who I really like to watch. And he's going to be in that. He's already in the elite conversation, but he'll be a mainstay like Jamar Chase and all these guys.
Well,
what have you seen from the youngsters?
Well, that's the thing, right? As you start to see, someone who's followed the team for so long, you start to see consistency, and you see pieces of the puzzle that are being put together, and you go, well, that looks like it could stay there for a while. That looks like it could become sort of part of the culture of what the Bears are, what they should be. And I think the NFL, and I think, you're a Bears fan, or if you're a Packers fan or whatever, I think the NFL is better when the Bears are good, when the Packers are good, when, the Cowboys are good, when the New York, the NFL is better when those teams are good. So, to see those pieces being put into place and sort of having it look like those are going to be mainstays for a while, like you said, that, I don't know, that's got to mean something, right? I mean, to play for one coach, for one, what you're
I wouldn't know anything about that, Justin, because I had to meet a new coach every year.
Yeah, I know. It's got to be tough, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's really
you're
hard.
learning it. Of course, you're learning a new system every single year, every 2 years or whatever. That's got to be, I can't even imagine that. I can't even imagine. I mean, it'd be like waking up every day and now they're like, oh, Coulter Shaw he's got these characteristics. He's a completely different person. It's like, well, what are you going to do with that?
Now Coulter Shaw has skinny jeans. It's like, come on,
skinny jeans.
We're not going in that direction.
We tried that. We tried that. It didn't work.
Let's go around the league a little bit, because you're talking about consistency and continuity. At the very end of my career, I went into the media, and then I missed football so much I went back. And It wasn't Chicago where I ended up. I was in Kansas City, which is the example of continuity and consistency. The difference between being there at the end of my career and being in Chicago was insane.
I bet.
So obviously Kansas City is going to be on the rise again. They're a team that I think gets better week to week, and Patrick is still Patrick.
Yep.
But if I look in the NFC North at some of the continuity, Dan Campbell, Matt LaFleur, which of those two teams scare you the most in our journey to the top of the NFC?
They all scare me. They're all, I mean, you see the things that they're doing, and scared's the wrong word. They're all a concern, though.
They are formidable.
They are. And by the way, it's like trending up, Bears doing well, and you look at where they are in the standings, and you're like, gee, I mean, is this the toughest division? It could be, in terms of like how you win it, right? But yeah, I don't know. And it seems like it's like those are the teams and the programs and the systems that you're talking about that had that continuity that the Bears just sort of, they never had for whatever reason, right? It might have been, I mean, it was personnel, it was coach, whatever. It could have been anything. But now that they have it, I mean, I feel like we can compete. I say we like I'm on the team.
I say we too, and my producer gets pissed. He's like, they're not paying you any money, buddy.
Yeah, but
So 2 years ago, I had you in Vegas at the Super Bowl. We had you for a hot minute on the desk, and now that I get you 2 years plus afterwards, I want to ask about continuity on your show and how important that is, and getting that culture established. And now, like I said earlier, #1 show, they don't just hand those out, bro.
Well, thank you. No, it's definitely tough. That came from, I always say that came from Dan Fogelman, who was the creator of This Is Us. And when I was on that show, I had never seen anything quite like that. From top to bottom, the people that were just so gracious and honored to be there, and the work ethic and the quality of the writing and the performances, and how everyone took care of themselves and the character and the show. And it was like a baby that everyone kind of, held and took care of. And my friend Ken Olin and I, when we built this show, and now we have Elwood Reed, who's our head writer, we always think about that. It's like, okay, so how do we take care of this baby? I mean, it's fragile, right? If you're not paying attention to it, it'll go away. We all know what we have. We're all very grateful. And yeah, I think that's where it came from. It's just that the idea that, like you said, they don't hand those things out, and it's not lost on us. I mean, you could have something really great and wonderful. It doesn't mean people are going to watch it, right? So we're all very, very lucky and very grateful.
So I have to ask two things that I have written down. #1, the new Bears Stadium. Are you a city Bears Stadium truther, or are you a let's get the best piece of property and make the best stadium money can buy guy?
Yeah, I see both sides of it, I guess. But if I had to pick one, I'm a city guy. I mean, I don't, my whole life they've been right there, right? It's like short. That's just where they are.
Yeah, you can walk to.
And so but I get it. Things change. I try to be. Every time something happens in my life where I go, oh, that's not how we do things, I'm like, oh, I'm getting old.
Yeah.
It reminds me of
1985 was a very long time.
It was a very long time ago. And that's the thing. I'm like, wow, it's been 40. That's incredible.
Yeah.
It's been that long, Super Bowl shuffle. I was just a little tyke. It was incredible.
Which player from the National Football League, maybe the Bears.
Yep.
Would you imagine to have some talent on camera, and would you want to work with anybody?
Oh man, quite a few actually. They're all doing commercials now and stuff. I mean, I think it started with before, but Peyton Manning, you know, the guy's an actor.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks great. And his brother, I mean, all the whole family actually. Gosh, who like current?
If you ever need somebody to be a bouncer in a show or have
That's you.
Have somebody get
That's you.
You can kill me whenever you want.
Well, look, be careful what you wish for.
Okay.
Be careful what
I
you
look
wish
forward to that.
for. Okay, we'll have you on tracker, no problem.
Well, thank you very much for coming, Justin, and we look forward to season 3 next Sunday, 8:00 Eastern.
Thank you,
Number
brother.
1 show. Come check it out. Coulter, he's a badass.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
That was fun.